In this episode, I'm talking with Subrina Hobart, an exhibitor whose horse show journey took an unexpected but inspiring turn. So she started out in the pleasure pen, and when some health challenges made it difficult to continue riding, she found a whole new passion in showing halter horses and discovered a new way to stay connected to the horse show world. We'll dive in to see how she made the switch, what she's learned along the way, and the horses that have carried her forward. So welcome, Subrina. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody.
Absolutely. We are honored to get to know you a little bit more. So let's just start out with how you got started in the paint horse world and what drew you originally to the pleasure events.
So, when I was 14, I bought a 2-year-old extra impressive Sierra Top crap out paint. Um, he was beautiful, gorgeous, red done, 16.3, just as wide. Like, I just loved him so much. Um, by the way, if you know of any big red dun horses out there, I'm always looking. Um, but that even though he was, crop out paint, what they used to call back then,
Uh-huh.
um, I just fell in love with him. I had him for 21 years. So when after I had kids and was getting back into showing, paint horses just made sense to me as the breed to go with.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're glad that you're in paints. I'm glad. Although nothing against quarters, but it means I get to see you at the horse shows. So,
Exactly.
what were some of your favorite memories or achievements that you've accomplished, things that you've accomplished over your showing career so far?
So, as silly maybe as this may sound, I did not start showing breed show until late 2023. My first one was the Gordyville Fall for Charity. I had my current horse, my rider, he was doing lunge line. And it was the first time I showed breed shows, and I was so nervous and so excited. Like that had always been a goal to get a breed show, horse.
Uh-huh.
And the first time your name was called, or the first time my name was called, I was beyond excited and giddy and proud and
Awesome.
like just the whole thing. Um,
Yeah.
but my daughter, she's never really been much of a rider, definitely no more than walk trot. This year in May, she decided she wanted to show. So I drove 4 hours round trip every Saturday, Sunday for a couple months for her to ride. And
Uh-huh.
she did her first show at Eastern National. She showed my
Mm.
little halter filly and the riding horse, and just seeing her excitement and how proud she was. And even
Yeah.
if they didn't win a class, like she was so excited and proud. And that was huge. I love that so much.
Mm. That's awesome. Multi-generation family showing horses. I love it.
Yes.
So then when your health concerns came up, how did that impact your ability to stay involved in that side of the horse show world?
Gosh, so when I first started having issues, it was pretty hard and heavy.
Okay.
I will lose eyesight, I lose my vision.
Mm.
I get very lightheaded and dizzy, and there was a couple shows where my trainer and showmates were like, "You need to get off your horse. You're about to fall off." There has been times where I have had to stop because, like, just sitting there, I was almost falling off. Um, it got so bad I had to have a good friend of mine. I had to pull over on the interstate, and she had to drive my truck and trailer to the show for me.
Mm.
Um, so it was it was really bad. I wasn't able to get to a lot of shows, which was really heartbreaking because I was super
Yeah.
excited about how my gelding was coming riding, but I just wasn't able to get to the shows I wanted to or to get him out there like I wanted, and that was pretty
Mhm.
heartbreaking.
Yeah. That's understandable. And scary and probably a lot of different things at the same time.
Very frustrating for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So then how did it come about that halter horses became an option, a safe option for sure, but how did that transpire?
Well, so I believe it was like maybe the late summer show at Gordyville. I was in the tack room, laying on the floor, couldn't breathe. Like I had my heart, trying to get my heart and my eyesight and everything. And I was like, well, this is it. Like, I'm done. I can't show anymore. And then as I was sitting there getting angry because, all my showmates are unloading the trailer and I'm sitting there. Um,
Yeah.
and then I started feeling sorry for myself. And I was like, you know what? No, I can probably show halter horse. At least if I fall, it's not from on top of the horse.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I thought, well, here goes my halter horse search. And that's where it began.
And tell us about your halter horse a little bit.
So a good friend of mine, Carrie Hansen, I told her what my thoughts were. I was like, hey, I don't know if or how long I'll be able to ride, so I'm thinking of a halter horse. Of course, she was super excited. She's a bit of an enabler when it comes to buying horses. Um, I told her what I was looking for. And everybody's opinion about it is their own, but
Sure.
being my first halter horse, I have zero knowledge. I wanted a clean panel horse. I didn't want to have to try to figure out how to manage it and whatever.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
um, so I gave her, what I wanted, my price points, and I'm telling you, like, an hour later, she's like, oh, I found a little filly for you. And I was like, oh, well, I, again, with no experience, thinking, oh, halter horses, you just stand there and look pretty, like there's nothing to it. In
Uh-huh.
my, little did I know. Um, so I wasn't really looking for a baby, but she found me a super cute weanling who is the sweetest, most
Aw.
adorable, good minded thing. Like, I love her to death.
Yeah.
Um, so we contacted them, and she came home to me from Halter Million last year.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Yes,
So,
very much.
what was it like transitioning from the pleasure to the halter? What was like? Tell us a little bit about what was familiar, some of the same things that felt normal, but and then some of the things that you're like, whoa, I have never done this, haven't considered this. Tell us a little bit about both sides of that.
So, again, thinking halter horses just stand there and look pretty. Not a lot of work
Uh-huh.
goes into it. I was beyond surprised. It's constantly tweaking nutrition and workouts
Uh-huh.
and the 3 or 4 times a day grooming and everything that went into it. Like that, I was not prepared for. Like I just didn't understand what all went into it. Um,
Yeah.
so familiarly, it is a lot of work, whether you're riding or
Uh-huh.
doing halter. Like it's
Sure.
definitely a lot of work. You have to be dedicated to it, but it's just different. My riding horse, I groom him, I tack him, I ride him, cool him down, whatever, and he's done. The halter horse, you groom him and you work him, and then you tie him, and then you groom him again, and then it's not
Yeah.
physically maybe as much work, but definitely
Mhm.
hours you put, I feel,
Yep.
more into.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the amount of handling that goes into it is significantly more, um, even though it's like the list is shorter, but the time is longer somehow.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And we're hyper focused on grooming and feed and then practicing, of course. Um,
Yes, the
yeah.
setting up, and like I just thought, oh, they'll just, I thought
Right.
it was going to be so easy going in. Like I really did. I thought I got this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very surprised on how specific and
Mhm.
targeted everything is. Everything
Yeah.
has a purpose in what
Yep.
you do.
Yeah. In showing off your horse as best as you can, right? Making sure
Yes.
that the legs are in the correct place so that they're square. Yeah, and it's not easy when you're out there and you're also a touch nervous because the judges are all around you all at the same time. If there's not many horses in the pen, you come in the ring and like all of a sudden they're all around you.
Yeah, you
It is.
don't have the 20 minutes that you do at home to get them exactly perfect or whatever.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. It's yeah, there are some differences for sure. So, what do you love most about it?
So What I really, really love is getting done so early. No 2
Oh,
a.m. showing.
amen.
Like, that's
Yeah.
super cool. Um,
Yeah.
I do lunge line and a hand trail with her. So, we go a little bit later. But like I said, it's no 2 a.m. showing.
Yeah.
Um, but I also, and I love all my horses, like every single one of them. But I feel like as much as I handle
Mhm.
her name's Lyric, as much as I handle Lyric,
Uh-huh.
the bond I had with her is so much stronger and faster
Yeah.
than Dak, my rider. Like I love him to death too, but like that bond just isn't there. And I feel I got
Mhm.
him at the same age as I did her. So I mean, I've raised them both, but I think just the time and everything you put into the halter, you
Yeah.
bond a lot faster with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. We've had a similar experience as well. So then how has the halter helped you stay connected to the horse industry and showing in general?
So thankfully, I, through 2 years of doctors, have gotten some medications, figured a few things out, and
Mhm.
was able to continue riding this year. Not a lot. I think we maybe did 4 shows this year.
Uh-huh.
Um, and there were still challenges. Apparently, I was having an episode and loping sideways across the arena once. I don't like, so I'm
Wow.
not perfect, but I've been able to do some riding. But the halter community is
Mm.
so I don't know if it's like closer knit or whatever, but everyone is so helpful. Not to
Mm.
say people who ride aren't,
Sure.
but you know, everybody knows I'm new to halter. I go out there halter pin. You guys, Fred, everybody, you guys all know each other, and you see me show up, and you're like, oh, she's new. And I've had people step up and be like, hey, you need to chalk her face, and they like chalk her face real quick for me, or
Yep. Yeah.
oh, you should vet wrap her tail, before you come. Like just little things
Yeah.
that were so amazing that they didn't have to do that, but they saw a new
Yeah.
person and
Yep.
they just jumped in and helped. And I think that is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. I remember at the last show that we were at together, and I knew your name, and I knew that you showed in the performance classes. But then I walked by the stalls, and I was like, "That's a halter horse." So then my eyes get all starry, like, "Oh, she's got a halter horse." So then, now I need to catch up and learn all about you. And yeah, it's so fun because it is a small community. Some of the horse shows that we're at, there might be 5 mares, there might be
Yeah.
2 mares, there might be, a handful of geldings, might just be 2 of us. And so we're always admiring each other's horses too. That's
Yes.
really fun. Yeah. Not very many um, halter horses in the Midwest when you're at an Illinois show. If you were to put all of our shows together,
Right.
we've got a nice representation. But yes, it's super exciting to see new halter people coming in. So as you transitioned from the pleasure to the halter, and through your health journey, what are some of the things that you've learned about yourself?
I learned to ask for help. That's
Mm,
always been something that's really hard for me. I want to do everything myself.
sure.
Um, but again, like I had zero knowledge
Yeah.
of the halter industry. Um, Carrie has been beyond. Like she'll come up and be like, "Hey, you need boot camp. You need to do this," and then
Yeah.
I'll send her, progress, and it's been great. I had to ask Fred for help at one of the shows for clipping ears because boy, we can do everything else, no halter, and she's great, but those they take a little minute. And my daughter, she's not very much help there. Um,
Yeah.
but just asking for help, and like I spoke to you and your husband about nutrition, like
Yeah.
I never did that with the riders really. I was like, I know how to
Mm,
ride, I got,
sure.
basic amateur knowledge of it.
Mhm.
Um, but then with my health, like I had to ask people to saddle my horse or
Mm,
whatever. And that's really hard for me. I'm very independent. It was very, very hard for me to ask for help. But I've
yeah.
learned, I have to, and it's always good outcomes. So why not use everything to your advantage?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, and we don't have all that heavy tack.
Yeah, that's another plus.
We get to leave early. Although I would say I feel like my tack stall has sometimes as much stuff in it as folks who have. I just don't have the saddles and the head stalls and those kinds of things. But
Right.
we got feed, we got brushes, all the things, blankets, you name it. But yeah. So, do you suppose that Halter has opened doors for other people who have faced similar challenges health wise? Like you went from one discipline to another as a result of a health challenge that you were experiencing. So you feel like it's opened doors either for you or could for other people too?
Yeah, I definitely think it's amazing opportunity for those of us who can't ride for whatever reason,
Sure.
to still be involved in the show community. I do
Mm-hmm.
the halter, like I said, the lunge line, the in-hand trail, and look forward to one day riding her, provided,
Yeah.
my health holds up and, she's good with it. Um,
Uh-huh.
but it gives you the opportunity to still, I mean, we can all love our horses from home, right? Like
Sure.
that's why we do everything. We have our horses because we love them. But to still be able to compete,
Mm-hmm.
um, and put all the hard work in and then show it off, regardless of what the judge's opinion is, like you can still be proud of what you presented.
Mm-hmm.
um, and if I didn't have that halter, you know if that wasn't an option for me, then
Mm-hmm.
I would just be, sitting at home. I guess I could still go to shows, which I encourage everyone to do, cheer everybody else on and support them. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it definitely is a great opportunity for people with multiple health issues.
Mm. Yeah, it's good. What are some of your goals moving forward?
So
Other than filling your barn full of halter horses,
yeah,
I would advocate for that.
I have a couple of people advocating for that themselves, and I do have another one that I'm kind of looking at. I'm selling my rider. I just listed him for sale, and I love him, and I'll always be his biggest cheerleader. But um, I just feel it's not fair to him. Like he likes to show,
Mm,
so somebody who has more time and doesn't have the restrictions, whatever, let him go to
hmm.
that,
Yeah.
and excel. But in the meantime, that means I'm down a horse if he when he goes. So I've been looking at another little colt to perhaps add to the gang. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Um, but I am really looking forward to being able to go to more shows. Like
Mm,
I don't
hmm.
have to feel 100% to go ride. I can feel 70% and still go out and show my halter. I need to work on, like you said, the setting up. I
Mm.
haven't had a lot of practice at that. Thank God my mare is like pretty good at just doing it for me.
Uh-huh.
Um, but that is something I really is a goal of mine to work
Hmm.
on. And then like big long-term goals.
Mm.
There's a few trophies that I would like to get, certain specific ones.
Yes.
Um, and the big novelty check. Who doesn't want that? Like
Right?
I'm
It
super
reminds me if
excited.
I might be dating myself, but Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yes.
Do you remember? And
Yes.
a big check, they'd show up to somebody's house with that big fake check. That's
Yeah.
yes. Sign me up.
I want one of those. So
It's
that's like
awesome.
big
It's
long
gonna
term
happen. I
goal.
believe it for you.
Thank you.
Very cool. So, what advice would you give to somebody who might be in a similar situation, either riding as a challenge or any sort of barrier that they're encountering? What's some advice that you would give?
Just don't give up. You can have your moment of
Mm,
feeling sorry for yourself and being angry at the situation, but then just push through. Like you you have to be willing to reflect on yourself and what your goals truly are, what your
mm-hmm,
physical capabilities really are, but then
mm-hmm,
just do it. You know, if you can't show for whatever reason, like I
mm-hmm.
said, go to the shows, cheer somebody on, just watch, be involved, visit with people. Shows
Yeah.
always need tons of help. You can, you know, help, I don't know, do the gait or scribe or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
just don't let the physical barrier hinder
Hmm.
your love for the horse or the community. I think it's good for your soul and good for your mind to be
Hmm.
involved in those things. So just don't
Yeah.
give up, push on through.
Yeah, it's good. And you're right, the horse shows, it is a community, whether you're involved in, no matter what discipline you're involved in, it's a community. But uh, on top of that, it does take a lot of work. The state level
Yeah,
clubs work
it's a
really
lot.
hard to put on a show. Yeah, yeah. So if you could share one message with us about accessibility and inclusion, what would that be?
Oh gosh. Just be nice. For
Mm,
heaven's sakes, be nice. We
yeah,
all love our animals. We love the
yeah,
competition. It's hard, it's expensive, it's stressful.
yeah.
You don't know what someone's going through.
Hmm.
So if somebody goes from riding to halter or lope to walk, trot, or hunt
Mm,
seat to pleasure,
yep.
be nice. Like that person maybe can't post anymore because their knees can't do it. And it's a class
Hmm.
they loved and now they're doing Western pleasure.
Yeah.
Or somebody loped, now they're walk trot. Maybe they have back issues and can't lope. Or
Hmm.
me, I am that person. Somebody who has to give up the riding for the halter. We are all judging ourselves enough that we had to go change something. We don't need
Mm,
other people to judge also.
yeah.
Just be nice, be kind, I guess, is
Yep.
my biggest
Yep.
thing with the whole situations.
Mm, I love that. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, for sharing your situation, and perhaps inspiring somebody else who is either not showing at all or has maybe given up to just give it a try and not give up and maybe step into the halter pen. And for those who think this gig that we do is easy, thanks for bringing the straight truth about that. I appreciate your time and so glad that we got to meet at the last horse show. So thankful that you have joined the halter community.
Thank you so much. It's definitely a wonderful community, and I appreciate you having me on. And I do hope that it helps somebody, maybe get into the halter world with us.
Yeah, absolutely.